Hello, hello. Just a second. Let's get TikTok on. Hello, hello. Today we're talking about a very interesting subject. Hello, TikTok. We're talking about passion and how to return passion into a relationship. This would be a good video for somebody who is in the relationship and is kind of lost, doesn't know what to do, how to bring their life, the passion into that relationship, but doesn't want to leave the person because why would you leave a perfectly good husband, a perfectly good boyfriend? Now, this would be good video for somebody to watch who is already in existing relationship. Now, if you are not yet in a relationship or you start in a relationship and there is no passion, then I wouldn't even bother getting into that relationship because remember, in the relationship, you only supposed to be with you're always supposed to be with the person who you feel like you guys I don't know, like there's supposed to be passion. So if there is no passion in the beginning, then don't even start that relationship, no matter how beneficial it sounds, no matter how the guy is like, oh my god, but he's perfect, he's such a good, he's a relationship focused, he would be a good husband, he would be a good father. All that is not important if there is no spark, if there is no passion. For me, it is a rule of thumb. If there is no passion, I wouldn't be even talking to the guy. I can keep him as a friend, as an admirer. I would let him know, but that would be it, honestly, for me and him. So, if there is no passion and you're just starting the relationship, then you don't start. Don't start, no matter how. I will tell you why. As you know, I'm a Reiki master, so I study and learn energy. But besides that, I also study tantra. This is something I do for myself and for my clients. Just some kind of, I like this kind of deep, the study of a deep kind of connection on a deeper level. And in tantra, basically, the focus is to have the passion in life, to have the passion towards everybody, not only to your partner. So if you don't have, then something is obviously off in that relationship. And I will tell you what is off and how to fix it. But if you're starting like this, so if you started and there was a lot of passion, everything was perfect, and then suddenly something went off, that's one thing, that's fixable. But if there was never passion, unless you really need that man, and he's like, and you're like you have some kind of deal, right? You're a gold digger, professional gold digger. So he's supporting you, he's paying you, and then you kind of spend time with him. I would not be with the man that does not invite the passion in me. Why? Because you're with the man to develop your femininity. So if a man does not make you feminine, if his presence doesn't make you feminine, it's a waste of energy on your part, and obviously he will feel it. Ideally, together, you and the man, that man that you have sparks with, right? You connect, you develop your femininity, he develops his masculinity, and then you want to create. You will want to create with a man like this, and how that creation comes off, you wanted to have a child with him. That's if a man doesn't want to have a child with you, then he doesn't want to create with you, doesn't want to stay too long with you. And if you don't feel like you want to have a child with that man, that the same thing, basically you are not really you're not feeling, there's not enough energy to create. That's why there is no urge to create. So my 5 cents on I would not bother with the man that I don't have that there is no passion in. Like if I'm with the man and there's no, like, I'm not excited to see him, I would not I wouldn't even bother. Now and I put over here, if there is no sexual contact, you are energetically not matching. That is absolutely true. Usually we are not excited if we have a man and he's here, usually when somebody is lower, energetically lower. Sometimes, you probably met this man that you're meeting this guy, he's not your type absolutely, but yet you have this kind of you want him, you're excited to see him, and you're not sure why, because obviously, he seems like not your type. Why? Because he's energetically either on your level or higher. That's why you get that kind of sexual attraction towards him. Now, there is often there is a man who is kind of your type, but you just don't feel nothing towards him. You always making yourself to feel something, but why? Because he's a little lower. Now, if he would be very low, you wouldn't even find him attractive. But because he's a little, like almost on your level, you find, like for example, you might find somebody who's all your type, but he's not wealthy enough or something like that. Now, this all could be is all of this is adjustable, but for the most part, instead of wasting your life energy and time, just go with the guy who's on your energy or who is a little higher. With those men, you'll feel like melting like this, and this is that's how it's supposed to be with everybody. So anyways, let's go through the steps. The thing is that usually what happens, we're getting into relationship, and we're happy, there is excitement, right? If you remember your relationship in the beginning, there is always excitement. You wouldn't start nothing with that guy if there won't be some kind of excitement, unless it was for the practical reasons that I told you not to do. But let's imagine there was excitement. I remember my relationships, all of them actually, before doing this live. I actually went through them yesterday. And I remember with every single one, for the most part, I felt like this butterflies, excitement, everything. And then with time, it went away. Now, in my long-term relationship, I never had the problem with the kind of with the passion being gone, because I'm kind of passionate and pleasure myself. But I felt in some relationship that I was not as excited to see my man as I should have, as it was in the beginning. So what happened between the start and the time when I already was like not excited? Usually we get too comfortable. This is the biggest problem. The biggest problem with everybody. You see, when we get to know somebody, we're excited. There is a mystery. You want to be with that guy, and then when you start, not only with the guy, but when a man is with the woman. But then once you start being with somebody, you become so comfortable, and you're trying to kind of, you want to control that other person. So you want to get to know everything about them, to kind of to have the ability to control them. And this is obviously wrong, because if you will start controlling them, they won't be that mystery, that excitement in your life. So what happens? Usually you start getting to know, you become too comfortable with each other, and then there is no more excitement. Why? Because you switch the roles. From the role of a man that was a mystery and excitement to you, he became a convenient pillow. And from you being this kind of this mysterious and unachievable woman, you became like a convenient housewife, and the excitement is gone. So this is what usually happens in a relationship. That's why to all my clients I always say, don't get dissolved in your man. Don't. This will not do. It just doesn't work like that. So anyways, sometimes I hear when woman says, well, you know what, maybe it's in me, maybe I don't feel like being intimate anymore, maybe it's the age, maybe this or this. Okay, no, that's not true. Look, I'm not super young. So I have friends that been married for 25 years. I even have one friend that just was married, I think, for 28 years. So I also was married a few times. I had long-term relationships. So no matter your health, no matter your size, no matter your age, no matter anything, if you feel excitement towards somebody else but not your husband, everything is fine with you. It is something that needs to be fixed in your relationship. So, for example, you're on the beach and you see this man with absolutely amazing physique and everything, and you feel the kind of the excitement, right? Your hormones start moving. You start kind of if you have that, then it's not about you. It's about the perception of your man and perception of your relationship. It's really that's what we're going to change today, the perception of your relationship. So if you are reading this kind of passion books one of the love stories, and you feel like excited, you feel like you want to have something like this, but you don't have it, that means that the problem is not in you, the problem is in the relationship. And honestly, as long as you're a woman, even if you went through the menopause, even if you all this, you still should have the passion in you. You should feel that. So I will get to that. All right. So the first thing that you need to do here, you are in the relationship with the man and you know everything about him, and you guys are super comfortable to the point that you don't even close the bathroom door. The first thing you need to do, you need to go back to the beginning when you started with your man. So the first couple months, like to the point where you was almost tiptoeing around him, like you was super careful. You didn't want to kind of to put a wrong impression on him, and you were like walking on clouds. You were almost like having butterflies. He's coming. He's telling you he's coming, and you're like, oh. So in that moment, you need to get to that moment. So when you were like when you were picking up your outfits carefully, when you were like very when you were eating with small bites, I'm not sure. So to that time when you guys just started seeing each other, you always need, I always tell, go to the beginning, because in the beginning you were not acting as you're acting now, and your man was not acting as he's acting now. He probably got super comfortable with you right now, and he, who knows, maybe he gained some weight, maybe he lost his masculinity along the way while you guys were together or something. So you need to go back and you need to start acting like you were acting at that time. Yeah, it will be a little hard because now you know everything about that man, but you need to try. So you need to put an effort in yourself, and you need to start looking at him as you were looking at him at that time, 20 years ago, when he came to pick you up to go on a date. The same way, you will be able to do it. I did it. So I did it with every single guy I was with, the significant one. I did it already after I was out of that relationship, but I wanted to rewrite everything, so I did it. Now, in my mind, every single guy was just so amazing. I'm surprised how I was able to even leave any of them. So this is what you do. You go into the beginning and you basically and you start acting as you were acting in the beginning. No matter your traumas, no matter how he made you hurt, and no matter what you know about him, act like you were that time. You will see the change. You will see the change immediately. Why? Because you will be soft, you will be very feminine, whether you want it or not. With the man that you like, you will act feminine, and he will start acting masculine. So this is how you need to start acting. You need to start acting like you were in the beginning. Whether it's hard or not, you overcome yourself. It's not that hard. It's just a matter of a habit. Right now you kind of, maybe you're acting almost like a parent, and it's not really working, you see. But when you will go back in the beginning, you will know exactly how to act. It's always like this, always. Then you need to start thinking about your man as if a man. So not from looking from the inside, but looking from the outside. If I will come now and I will look at your man, what will I see? So you need to start seeing like the manly qualities in him, instead of looking from the inside and knowing that that he's allergic to peanuts or something like that. So you need to look from the outside. Look at the shell that covers the man that is inside. So maybe, I don't know, maybe he's tall and everybody will love that he's tall or something. You see, when you become comfortable, you start, you're not grateful any longer for what you were attracted in the beginning, but you were attracted, obviously. So maybe he's super tall, or maybe he's really strong, or maybe you like his beard, or maybe, I don't know, maybe his strong arms. So find something that you were attracted to in the beginning and start looking at that. So if I will come and look at your man, what will I like about him? I mean, there must be something if you chose him among all the other guys, right? So look at that kind of, that whatever. And even if he right now, so maybe you were attracted to him and he was tall and masculine, now he's tall and fat. I mean, a little chubby, still look through that, look into what you were attracted to. You will see he will change. He will come home and he will be like, you know what, babe, I think I need to start running in the morning. And he will. It will be very interesting. Usually, men become very comfortable. Remember, men are the reflection of our masculinity, so they become comfortable and lazy like that because we don't want them to kind of to be better versions of them, because that would trigger our insecurities. So start looking at him and you will see how fast he will change and he will get back. Or maybe he was super sensitive, like he was I remember this was my thing. I was with this guy and I was complaining, so my thing was always that they were cheap. I don't know, it was my biggest thing, and I changed it, thanks God, never happens to me again. But another thing was that I believed that the guy was not emotional enough, sensitive. At that time I didn't know yet that it was my kind of thing to be emotional. So, but anyways, I didn't like it. And he was always emotionally awkward, even in the beginning. But in the beginning, he was trying, and then he just stopped to be trying. He was caring for me, but he was not emotional. So when I was fixing that relationship for me, not for him, obviously, I did that. I went into the beginning, and I remembered how he was like, he would give me a little like a small kiss on my forehead, or he would just hug me out of nowhere like this. So he was a little emotional, he's still a little awkward, but he was. And that's what I liked, that he was unpredictable with his emotions and feelings like that. So anyways, you need to go back, you need to look for him as a somebody from the outside. So like with this guy, with the emotional guy, right? I mean, it would be cute that he's doing this, that he goes and he just like hugs you out of nowhere. Instead of focusing that he's not emotional, I would focus on that he's so cute. He can just give like little this little sweet things out of nowhere. All right, then what you need to do, and this might be a hard one, you need to get yourself into a role of a woman. The other day I was talking to my friend, and she's my friend for many years, since we were in kindergarten together. So I know this girl since we were like 2 years old, a long, long time. And she got married very early. And so because she got married very early, she's been married for, I think, more than 20 years now. And so she has issues with her husband. And I told her already numerous times, and she got the consultations with me, did everything, but she could not. She grasped the idea, but she could not change herself. Like, her ego does not allow her to change. And I will tell you why they have problems. And I asked her before sharing. The problems that she's having is that they have 2 kids, and her husband is like a few years younger than her. So she became a mother to him. So she's mothering those 2 kids and him as well. And he's a grown-up man, and he's fighting that because nobody wants to live with the mother. Everybody wants to live with the woman. You see, this is her issue. She became a mother to him, and I told her, she's like, yes, you're right. Like, for example, how does that looks, right? Like, for example, she's telling, he's not going to do nothing right unless I check it. He's a grown-up man. I'm sure he can do something right. He's the one who's supporting you all. So things like this, like she would always check whether he ate, whether he tried or something. So it's absolutely, she's in the role of a mother, and she knows, and she could not snap out of it. When she snaps out of it, everything is good, but then she goes back into that role. So you need to stay in the role of a woman, for role of a wife with your man. The role of a wife is basically, it's you. So everything comes to the sexual, something sexual. You don't discuss with him nothing. I mean, obviously, if you are living together, you need to discuss certain things, but that should be a minimum of your conversations. Like, all the conversations should be coming towards some kind of sexual. So he says, "Oh my God, I'm so tired today," and you're like, "Oh my God, you sound so sexy when you say that. Let me make you a massage." So it needs to turn like around to your role as a wife with him, even if you're not married. Now, you need to make sure what are the roles you can be hanging in. A role of a mother, that's a very, very common one, especially if a woman is kind of doesn't have enough inner security, and she believes that she needs to control everybody around her. She becomes a mother to everybody. That's a very common one, very common. Another role that could be is absolute opposite, a role of a daughter. So when you think that, okay, so the man starts caring for you, and you become like this this kind of hopeless creature that needs constant caring. It's like you love it so much, and I have examples in my life of those women too. Like, they even speak like a little girl like this. It's very weird. And then they always like, "Babe, can you please call me?" Not like this. Like, they would ask for anything, like this girl, and she would call her man. She's not working. She would call her man who is employed, and she's like, "Could you call me an Uber, please?" She has an app on her phone, she has his credit cards and everything, but for every little thing she would contact him, just because she wants to feel like this little girl. And it's cute, obviously they're in each other's life for a reason. But at one point he will snap out of it. He will snap out and he will look for a woman, because a man doesn't want to sleep, to have sex with the mother or with the daughter. A man wants to be intimate with the woman, a self-sufficient kind of feminine, but a woman that has that doesn't, that's not above him as a parent and not below him as a child. You see, a woman that is equal to him. That's what anybody wants, really. That's what a woman also wants. Now, and if you notice, when you become a mother to your man, you also don't want to have any kind of interactions, sexual interactions with him, because you're looking at him as a child. Or when you are looking up to your man as a father, you also don't want to be intimate with him, because you want him to hold you, to cuddle with you, but you don't really want to be intimate because you don't sleep with your father. You see, you must understand this. Now, so you need to be in the role of a wife. Now, what else could be not as common, but could be also the roles of friend, those of intellectuals that want to have a friend instead of a man also. Like, he's my best friend, he understands me, but then there is no passion. And I know quite a few of those too, and I knew them from my previous career in finances. Why? Because they connected as a perfect roommates, and then she's surprised. He's not paying for everything. Like, they would connect, they start paying 50-50, kind of playing this game. They're supporting obviously each other, but then there is no passion, of course, because she's not admiring him. She doesn't know what to admire him for. He's not caring for her. He obviously doesn't see a woman in her because she's like a roommate. He doesn't understand why she's demanding something, because they're friends. You see, so do not force yourself to be a friend with the man. A man is not your friend. A man is your man. That's it. Get yourself friends outside of your relationship, but in a relationship, you're only a wife. Even if you're not married, even if you're dating only 2 weeks, you're still a wife. That's a role of a woman. Now, so what else could be the role? It could be also the role like a boss, especially boss ladies that love to boss everybody around. Usually they're in a parent role, but could be a little bit like a coach, like a mentor. They're so used to mentoring others, they come home and they start mentoring everybody around too. Not a good role. So your role should be only a woman. If your conversations with a man is not sexual, then you're doing something wrong. I mean, not the whole conversation, but there should be something. Like, you always should be a little bit turned on by your man, or at least an idea of him or something. It should be always, so he will feel this kind of energy, and he will also be turned on towards you. You see, that's how you should be. You building up this kind of passion within you, with energy, with the thoughts, with the perception that you have towards the relationship. Like, a while back, I was watching this movie. You probably did too. It's a series, actually, Mad Men, about the marketing agency, I guess, in the 50s, 60s. So the main character there, I don't remember him, the tall, kind of handsome guy. He had a wife. She was also very beautiful, the blonde one. And she said once, and it really stuck in my head. She said, "I go through my day thinking about you. Sometimes I feel like I'm in clouds." That's how you should be when you're with the man. So you're not thinking about, did he took his pills or not, like a mother. You should not be like, "Oh, what if he will leave me? What I'm going to do," like a little girl. You should not be like, well, he has hard times right now, I should chip in more, like a friend. You should be like a woman. Oh my God, I can't wait when he will come. I'm so excited to see him, like this. So this is a hard one. I won't lie to you. This is hard, because you would need to overstep your ego, especially if you're used to be a mother to your man. It will take time, really. It will take time to kind of to get yourself back in the. So if you are a mother, you basically need to step back and stop controlling him. Let him do whatever. Let him allow him to take the responsibility. So maybe, for example, and I'm not even mentioning that if you switch the roles, if you're masculine, he's feminine. So basically, you need to stay in your role, so he will kind of go back into his role of a husband. And then what you need to do, and this will help you with all your roles, you need to start treating your man as he's a god. Now, I mention this often, but remember, Don't treat him as he's a god and you're just a mere peasant. You need to treat him as a god, but you're a goddess too. Now, if you're talking to the god, how are you going to talk to him? Now, remember, you're a goddess, so it's not like you're going to kind of to worship him and just diminish yourself. No, you're going to talk to him highly, but you also kind of expect the same treatment. So when you will talk like this, that you're a goddess and he's a god, actually you need to speak to anybody like this. You will stay in your role. You will never cross the borders. You see, you will never overstep what is allowed to overstep. If you will just imagine that your man is the god, you will be very careful with what you say. You will go back to the beginning when you were very careful with your words, with your actions. You will express your emotions. You will express your wishes, but you will be very respectful of what to expect from your man. You see, and this is very important. If you will actually treat, just do it for 1 week. Treat everybody in your life as a god and you as a goddess, or with everybody else is goddesses and you're a goddess too. So everybody like this, everybody high, and everybody's on this kind of on pedestals, and you will see how differently you will feel about everybody in your life, and you will see how you will feel about a man. If you think that he's a god, you will start thinking different about him. Your perception will change. You will start, when you speak to him, you will watch your mouth, you will watch your words. You will be very careful with the words that will come out and what you will say. You will be very particular about what you're asking for, about how you demand or not demand. Like when you come to the church and you talk to a god, right? What do you say? You tell, thank you very much for what I have. You're grateful, obviously. You don't want to come off as ungrateful. And then you tell the god, listen, I don't know how anybody talks, but this is what I do, honestly. I'm coming with respect, obviously. I say thank you for this and this and this, and then you say, listen, something like, I don't know, look, I haven't been a Reiki master. I don't go to churches. I only go to see like the beautiful churches, but how I used to and how I would do if I do this, right? So I come and I'm like, thank you very much for everything that they have. Now, I think I'm ready for a relationship. Let's say, help me please with the relationship. Like, send me somebody with whom I will grow, who will be good for me, who will be something like that. So you are not demanding anything. You are not kind of you're not belittling yourself. You're basically saying how it is. You're expressing your emotions. You're expressing your desires, and then you live in faith that the God heard you and obviously will do it. You're not going to be coming every single day and like, hey, where is my wish, right? You will just express yourself and you will be in trust. You will be respectful. You will not overstep your boundaries over there, snapping and shouting and screaming just because you don't have your man yet. So the same should be with everybody else. If your man, I don't know, promised you something, but he didn't do it, I mean, he's the God. So you either live in faith or express your wish and maybe, just stay there, or if he never does anything that he promises, then why you are with him anyway? So like this, you need to talk to a man as he's the God, but don't forget that you're goddess too. So don't put him on a pedestal and yourself down. Remember, imagine that you're both on the pedestals, and you need to be very careful not to fall down from it. All right, so I already mentioned that you need to watch your you need to make sure that all the conversations come to some kind of sexual ending. I don't say to intercourse. I'm just saying that it all has to have some kind of flirting. It's easy for me because I'm naturally a flirt. So I'm honestly, sometimes I feel like I need to be careful with flirting. And I already told you I had the issues with that long time before. But for the most part, everything, all the conversation with the man should come to some kind of flirting. If he complains to you, you basically, so he comes and he's like, oh my God, I don't know how I'm going to pay the mortgage. You're not listening. You're not feeling sorry for him as a mother. You're not feeling lost as a daughter. You're not feeling as a friend, or you know what, I can borrow you some cash or something. You're basically telling him, look, you will figure it out. I know you will. You are very resourceful. You always do. It's just, I'm sure you will do. You need to believe in him. Like, he's a God. I mean, wouldn't he figure it out? And then after that, and you would say something like, and that's why I love you so much, because you are so strong and so resourceful, and it's just so sexy, or something like that. You see, it has to come to this kind of conclusion. or some kind of flirting, no matter what your man says, honestly. For the most part, this is what a man needs from you. He needs grounding, and he needs some kind of pleasure. And pleasure and grounding is something that you grew in you. He creates the security, so you have the grounding and the pleasure. And if you don't have neither of those, then basically, then that's your kind of problem. That's what you need to work on. So as long as he provides the security, you can create everything else within you. And you need to kind of have security within yourself too. All right, so the next one is you need to seriously work on your second chakra, talking about the pleasure. You see why I never had problem with passion in the relationship? Because I always have enough pleasure in me. So I don't have problems with intimacy with anybody. I do have issues with men, obviously, like everybody else. I need to develop. So I have different kind of issues, but this was never my issue. And why? Because I always have pleasure in me, always. I am energy of water, and energy of water is pleasure. Now, I didn't always have security. So security is something that I obviously was expecting from man, and getting not sometimes I didn't get results in the past because of that, because I was looking for them for something that I'm supposed to have in me. So for me, it was security, but never pleasure, never passion. That I always have. If you are energy of fire or water, you will always have passion in your relationship. Now, just the fire energy is more passionate. It's more aggressive kind of passion. Water energy is more pleasurable, more feminine kind of passion. But if you're air or earth, you will always have to work on that. This is something you need to develop within you. Your second chakra is basically the projections of your womb closer to the spine. You need to make sure to have the energy there often. You need to be like turned on like this. So you need to feel this kind of post kind of orgasmic state like 70% of your time during the day. You need to feel like this. It's important. You see, this is something that will draw men to you, they will want to stay in your space just because you are a ball of pleasure. I draw men to me. You see, I'm not the nicest person. I'm introvert, so I'm not like very social person. Obviously, I'm in Miami, so I couldn't say that I'm the most beautiful one here, even though I'm very beautiful. But still, so but I draw men into this pleasure, not on anything else. Now they want to be around me. They don't know why, but they do want to be around me, and this is exactly what it is. It's something that comes from the inside. Your second chakra has to be active and always working. I understand that there are some changes with health, with hormones. I understand, but for the most part, it has to be active. It has to bring it. It brings the youth and kind of the beauty into a woman. It's like your it's important, honestly. If you especially want to be feminine, it's important to have it active like this. If your second chakra is sleeping, I put here, you will want intimacy with the man for wrong reasons. So you actually will be seeking intimacy with the man. You will depend on the man that you have in your space. And these reasons could be some kind of release. So you're not sure what you want. You just want something. So you believe if you will have sex with the man, you will feel better. Or maybe you want to feel secure. So when a man is hugging you, you feel like, okay, he's my man. He's not going to leave me, or he's not going to choose somebody else, like this. Also a very wrong reason, obviously, to be intimate with somebody. Or you just want to feel something different, and you believe that if you are intimate with the man, then you'll feel something. And sometimes, if you're especially energy of earth, you just want to feel something outside of your own kind of grounding feeling. So you're looking for somebody to give you this kind of sparks and passion that you have to bring with yourself. So now you need to work on the second chakra. A man could not work on second chakra. In a man, it's not a dominant active chakra. So you need to do it. It's an energetic center that is very feminine, I would say. Like the third chakra is very, very masculine. The second chakra is very feminine. And you need to work on that. How the easiest way you can work on it, you can just breeze through it. Now, what else can you do? I have a course that's all about this. I have a whole bunch of videos here. I will put another video on second chakra. It's sacral chakra, it's called. So you can you can do the exercise, but you can breathe through it, keep attention there, but something like that. So you need to feel like this kind of like pleasurable feeling in you all the time, especially when you think about your man. If you think about your man and you over here feeling anxiety in your third chakra, I mean, really, that's what your man will feel. He will feel the anxiety. He wouldn't want to be with you. He will be almost threatened by you, you see? So you need to feel pleasure. This is important. If you will not feel pleasure, you won't return passion, you will be forcing your man to get you some kind of passion, and he will be lost because he doesn't really want you. He's doing it out of kind of duty, but for the most part, or because he needs some kind of release, but for the most part, he will not want you as a woman. Remember, in the beginning, when you were very careful with the man, when you were admiring the man, you were a woman, and your pleasure was kind of developing on its own. Now you need to return that to have the same relationship with your man. It wasn't that he brought the passion with him. No, it wasn't like this. He appeared and triggered something in you that allow you to feel the passion, the pleasure and everything. And he wanted to stay in your space. Now you lost it. He's not triggering no more. And you lost it and you don't know what to do with that. So you need to go to the beginning. You need to start seeing him a man. You need to start treating him as a man, as almost a god. You need to return the pleasure towards you. So working with your second chakra, because you haven't been working maybe for a few years now. And only then you will be able to recreate that passion that was in the beginning. You can do that. You can, I guarantee you, because I did it with a few of my clients and they all live very happy right now. I actually, one of my clients even got pregnant and they didn't expect. They already have grown-up kids, but she returned so much passion that I guess her body wanted to create again. And so you can do that if you will put your ego to the side and start doing exactly what I'm telling you. It's not hard. You just need this is actually, you will get the results very fast. It's not it's not a long-term kind of thing. And one more thing that I wanted to mention, you need to put a distance, some kind of distance on YouTube. So in the relationship. Now, I don't say that you need to kind of to separate and live in separate apartments and separate houses. No, if you can, I mean, obviously do that. If you can, go on different vacations, like separately, maybe spend weekends separately or something. But if you could not, you still need to put the distance. The reason why we're switching roles and become too comfortable with the man or with the woman is because we're like this. We're too involved in each other's lives. There's no mystery anymore. There's nothing really anymore. You know everything about the person. He knows everything about you. You guys become too comfortable. It's like there's nothing that excites you about that person. There's nothing that excites that person about you. You see, it's like you guys are two together. And I always say you need to have a distance with your man. You could not spend more than 25% of your time, of your working time. So if you wake up and you basically, let's imagine you have 16 hours, you don't spend more than 4 hours with your man. That's the maximum. Even if you're married, you need to have 4 hours to spend on yourself, on your hobbies, on your on your life, on something. You're taking care of yourself. 4 hours you're spending creating something, maybe some kind of project of yours, maybe at work, and then 4 hours you are in the role of a mother. So you're either taking care of your kids or maybe taking care of your projects, or you go to work, and then 4 hours you spend as a wife with your man. Whether you're married or not, you still have this kind of role. And this is the only 4 hours that you're supposed to spend with him. Otherwise, you will become like this. You will lose your borders, he will lose his borders, and you will become one. And that becoming one will not bring passion to you. He will become like your arm. Are you much excited about your arm or not? I mean, you're supposed to develop with another person, not to mold that person to become another accessory to you. You see, I could not develop like my arm helps me to develop, but it's my arm. It goes with my energy, with my aura. Now, but the man is a different energy, different aura, and he can help me so much more to develop than if he would be part of my energy and my aura. You see. And you will never have passion with somebody who is in your aura constantly. You need to kind of to have some energy exchange together, but it could not be consistent. You won't be able to see him as a god if he's acting as your pet, if he's constantly available to you, if he's constantly in your life, if he's listening to you, if you're telling him what to do. How are you going to see him as a god? You will never be. He will never be that on that pedestal or any kind of pedestal. You will be treating him just like a pet. Yeah, I love my pet. Yeah. I hug him, I do him, but you will feel like almost you're responsible for that creature in your life instead of feeling like, oh my God, he cares for me. He's so almighty, kind of. You see. So you need to put the distance. Distance is important. I remember in all my relationship, even now, the distance is what keeps me in my place, kind of. The distance is what keeps me in the role of a woman. The distance is what keeps me interested, because I have like I can get bored with somebody easy. And if I'm too much with somebody, if I'm like in somebody's space, it's not necessarily just a man. I could get bored with anybody, honestly. So I need to have space, and I don't mind to have the space, and I don't mind to give space to another person, because another person has to live life for me to kind of feel like, oh, really? Like the other day, I was talking to this guy, and he's like, I have this new project, and I'm going to Europe. If you want, come with me or something like that. So we were talking. I'm admiring him. I mean, this is interesting. He's going to Europe now. He'll be like, "Hey, what are you doing this summer? Should we?" Like, if he would be lost completely, if he would be depending on me for some kind of entertainment, would I feel excited about him? No, I wouldn't. I mean, I would feel in control, but what that would give me, nothing. Just boost my ego a little bit. I don't need a, I don't need a server. I need an individual, a man that I'm admiring. You see, even if he will go to, let's say, to Europe, and he will find somebody better than me, fine, go, fine. At least I will admire you. I don't think so, but still, this is how you need to look. You need to be secure in your shoes, in your kind of in your position. All right, that's it. I guarantee you, if you will do everything I told you, you will get passion back into your relationship. As I told you, I did it with quite a few of my clients, and I obviously helped with my friends, some of my friends, because a lot of them are in the relationship for a long time. Even those that are not in a long time, they still lost this kind of passion. And I did, and I started with this long time ago. So I read a couple of books on tantra long time ago, like maybe 4 or 5 years ago. No, even more. I was still working. So I read, and I remember one of my colleagues has problems with her husband, and I started throwing the ideas, and if you know that in Tantra, there is no really urge into being intimate. It's all about kind of raising this kind of this feeling, this emotions within yourself, within your partner. So then when you are together, when you're intimate, it's something like really outside of this world, and Tantra actually doesn't support intimacy too much and too often. So anyways, I came in and I started giving her the advice. I started throwing in all the ideas that I picked from those 2 books, and I was fascinated. I was so into. I started practicing them myself, and I wanted her to kind of to return, and she did, and they actually did had a very good run for maybe half a year or so. They even went on a vacation together, and they really hit it off. Everything was really good. But then I finished my career, and I left to Florida, and I'm staying here. And then 2 years after, so I was like, hey, so how is everything? Is everything good? And she's like, oh no, we're having a problem. Like, well, why don't you go back? Why don't you do exactly what? And she's like, no, I don't even care no more. You see, and I think they're feeling like getting divorced. But at that time, they really they returned it. She was able to do everything to return the passion. So what I told her was just a couple advice, like only 2 of those that I told you, but this is more a fuller kind of picture, and this will really make you um, this will really make you return the passion to your relationship and have it forever and ever, so to say. All right, so that's it. If you have questions, ask. If not, then I will sum it up. All right, so and if you have anybody who has this issue, especially if you are like in a relationship and the man is cheating, then the roles are off, the so off. That if you want to stay with that man, you need to get back into your role. You need to start treating your man differently. I mean, if you want to keep that relationship, obviously. If you don't want, then just back and go. But make sure learn your lesson and don't repeat it in another relationship. This is important. The man that were cheating on me before a long time ago was because I was in the wrong role. I was becoming a daughter. I always wanted. I lost my father very early, so I was always looking for a father figure. And I believed, okay, so if you are with me, you have to take the responsibility for everything. I wake up, I have a bad day. I assume that even if I don't live with the man, he's supposed to drop everything, run to me, and make me happy. And if he wouldn't, I will hold it against him. I mean, this was not obviously, that was so sick and not right. So I was acting as a little kid. And why men were cheating on me? Because who will be attracted to a little girl that needs constant kind of comforting? You see? So if a man is cheating on you, I mean, I have a video on betrayal and everything. But if you don't want your man to cheat, stay in your role. Stay in your role. And one time a man cheated on me when I was in the role of a mother. It was not like a super long-term relationship, but still was unpleasant, especially because I thought I'm so good, I'm patronizing him, I'm helping him. But again, why would he be attracted to me if I'm acting as a mother and not a woman? He wants to be a hero to somebody, and he was definitely not a hero in my life. All right, so to sum it up, I would never start a relationship if there is no passion. So if you're starting a relationship and there is no passion, don't waste your time, don't waste your effort, don't waste his time, don't waste his effort. You can live together as roommates, as friends, I mean, whoever, but don't call it a relationship, because it's not. With the man, we always connect sexually at first. Remember, we need to procreate, so we need to create together, and that can come only from a sexual attraction. Only when we're both sexually charged and we create, the child comes off really, really strong energetically and from that mentally and physically. Now you can obviously have a child differently, but that child will not be as strong, and you want to have a strong child. Now, so don't really, even if sex is not the most important thing in your life, still it has to be the base for your relationship. You are not looking for a relationship so the man can pay your rent, unless it's some kind of agreement. Or you're not looking for a relationship just because you're lonely and you want somebody to be around, and get yourself a cat or a dog. You should look for a relationship that would help you develop your femininity, and that you can do only with the man. And only with the man you can be soft and feminine and all that, and only with the man that you feel turned on by, that you are excited to see, that you having this passion when you see him. Only like that. Otherwise, he will feel that you are with him for different reasons, and he will never perform according to your standards if you do not have this warmth and kind of an excitement towards him. Remember, we socialize energetically. A man will feel. Like, I have this friend and this guy cheated on her, and she's like, I can't believe I gave this loser a chance. He was not even on my level, and he dared to cheat on me. But that's exactly why she chose him, just because she was kind of bored and lonely at that time, and she was like, okay, let me give him a chance. Let me see how he's going to run around her, and he did. And once she became comfortable, he started cheating on her. Why? Because she didn't start it there. She was never sexually attracted to him. She started the relationship wrong, from on the wrong foot, kind of. All right, but if you started the relationship on the right foot and you felt like this passion, the excitement, it was there, but then you lost it along the way, then this is what you need to do. Don't blame yourself, because I know some women are like, no, that's me. I gained some weight. I don't feel like excitement. I don't feel intimacy. Okay, you know what? I used to gain weight. I used to lose weight. I always feel. If you feeling, you feeling. If you don't feel, you don't feel. I mean, I was in relationship and I was chubby. I was in relationship when I was skinny. It's either you have it or you don't have it. Yeah, it does influence you. Obviously, the extra weight, it does influence your hormones a little bit. But look, it's, let's be realistic. So don't blame yourself. It's not you. At least it's not you where you think it is. So if you think that, oh, I gained some weight, so my man is not attracted to me, no, that's not true. That's not true. Your man is not attracted to you because you're in the wrong role, or maybe in the wrong, you have a wrong perception of your relationship. But it has nothing to do with your weight. I mean, men love women any weight, I swear. They don't probably wouldn't even notice unless you gain like really, really a lot. All right, so um, the second thing, so you stop blaming yourself. If a man comes to you out of nowhere, some hot man, he's like, oh my God, you're so beautiful, and you feel these butterflies, definitely not you. Now, so the second thing you need to do, you need to go back in the beginning when you started with this man, whatever it is for you. I don't know, whenever it was. So you need to go to the time when you felt the butterflies with your man, whatever time it was. Or maybe it was in the beginning. I remember, well, my really like significant relationships, they all had butterflies from the beginning. But there was one that I knew this man. I was not really sexually attracted to him, but then he became suddenly successful and he became confident in himself. He kind of started generating different kind of energy, and he just appeared in front of me like 2 years after I first met him, and I was like, I looked at him differently because he was projecting different energy. Remember, he was now on my level, or maybe even a little higher. So you need to go to. So if I would go in the beginning with him, I wouldn't go in the beginning when he was not confident and kind of loser self. I would go to the beginning when he was confident, and I felt like and the butterflies. So you go always to the butterflies, to the stage where the butterflies were, and you start acting as when you were acting at that time. So exactly like that. Look, I know it's not very easy. I know it's from myself, and I become comfortable with the man. I can be not nice, not only with the man. So that's why I hold myself. I don't get too comfortable with anybody, and I don't advise you to get too comfortable with anybody. Go back to the butterflies and act accordingly. Don't tell him every single gossip. Don't tell him anything. Only talk to him as you would talk when you were then. Then what you need to do, you need to start looking at your man from the not from the inside, that he doesn't make enough money, that he's lazy, that he plays video games, that he has no ambitions. No, look from him from the outside. Look at him as a man. Look at him with my eyes. If I will come and look at your man right now, what will I say? Will I be like, so tall? Or would it be, oh my God, the guy is so sporty or something? I don't like. I don't know, but I'm sure there will be something that I will be attracted to. Look at that. So there was something that you were attracted to. Yeah, maybe your guy is not the smartest guy, but maybe you like that he was super sporty, or maybe you like that he was strong or tall or caring or something. So look from him from physical outside, not from the inside. Something like that. You see? Like I was talking to this girl, and she has pictures on the Instagram, and all her pictures with this guy, and he's like really masculine, not really my type. Um, like like really really masculine, like bodybuilder type of kind of. And I was talking to her, and I'm like, your man looks so strong, and she's like, oh no, he's really not. He's just spending so much time in the gym and everything. I mean, it's obvious he's strong. Why would you? So I understand why you guys have problems. You don't even see what he's trying to show you. So look at your man from the outside, and not from the inside. With the eyes of an outside, there must be something good in him. The third thing you need to do is you need to start thinking of. Oh no, that's already. You need to stay in the role of a wife. Remember, with the man, you're always a wife, not a mother, not a daughter, not a friend, not a colleague, not a boss, not anybody else. You're just a wife. That's it. Don't call him um, daddy just because your kids are calling him dad. Don't call him. I don't know. So, anyways, don't stay within where you are. You're a wife. He's your husband. But even if you are dating for 2 weeks only, then what you need to do, you need to start treating him as a god. Every man you need to treat as a god. Not every man. Every single person in your life. I talk to my mom. I talk to her. She's a goddess. I talk to my friend. I talk to her. She's a goddess. I go to the pool. I talk to my neighbors. I talk to them as the gods. I really don't care, even if they're not as smart as me, or not as accomplished as me, or don't know too much as me. In their field, they know something. They must be. If they're in my life, we're even. I'm not going to pretend that I'm better, because if they're in my life, we're even. And therefore, since we're even, I mean, if I am going to treat them as peasants, I'm a peasant too. So I would rather everybody around me be gods. I would rather be among gods than I would be with with the peasant. So it would, like this, you need to talk to everybody. Have it as get it into your mind and your habits. It will be much easier to stay in your roles if you talk to everybody as your god. The only people you should not treat as much as a god as gods is your kids. Why? Because you have to be a little up above them to keep the energy right. Remember, you are the one who is influencing them. Now, if you treat them as gods, they will be lost, because now they don't feel security, because you suddenly looking up to them for security. You see, so this is the only living creatures that you shouldn't treat as gods. Your kids, only until they're only the age of maturity, so until they're 18 or 21 or whatever it would be. Everybody else is the gods, especially men are especially. All right, so all your conversation with the man should turn into some kind of flirting. Whatever it is, he comes and he's like, oh my god, my head hurts so bad, and you're like, let me make you a massage, let's see whether it will go away. And you will see how fast it will go away. If you don't feel like flirting, obviously, then maybe don't even talk, but make sure don't get involved into all this, oh poor you, yeah, let me help you solve this issue. No, don't let the man be a man. Sometimes he just wants to talk, that's it. Seriously work on your second chakra. So if a man is responsible for caring for you, you're responsible for having pleasure in you. If you don't have pleasure, I mean, don't even blame anybody that the man doesn't want you. If you don't have pleasure, yeah, I'm sorry to say it, but you will always have problems with passion. Especially 199 invites you to co-host. This is so sweet. But no, I think not. All right, so especially if you have a lot of energy of earth and air, you need to work on the second chakra like all the time. You wake up and you just activate it. You go through the day activated all the time. All the time you need to feel this kind of this softness in your womb area, this kind of post-orgasmic kind of pleasure that just drifts there all the time, no matter what you do. I mean, unless you're exercising, then maybe not. Otherwise, all the time you're cooking, you're reading a book, you're watching a horror movie, all the time should be there. And the last one, you need to put distance. Distance really creates so distance separates the energy somewhat, and once the energy is separated, you start thinking differently. You start looking at another person as an individual. You start thinking as an individual yourself. So you don't ask a man for every single thing. Now, when you put distance, you have to make decisions, and you start liking this kind of independence. So putting distance is very important. I all for it. Is if you are dating a man and he's not writing to you every single second, every single minute, if he's not as excited to talk to you, that means that you're too much in his energy. He's already distancing you. When you just started dating, can you imagine? I mean, how desperate you need to be for him to already distancing you. But that could happen later on as well, and you just need to make sure that you are that you do not cross more than like this. So 25% only you connecting to him. So you need to know about your man only 25%. Really, that's it. Like, I never truly know what my men do, like details wise. I never ask them. I don't care, honestly. I don't care how much money they have, as long as they have money. I don't care like their relationship with moms, their exes, their like I don't need none of this information. Let's just keep it between us two, and that's all. And that made my life much, much happier than when I was like this with the man, knowing everything about him and trying to kind of help him to control his life, to bring something to his life. I mean, it was not healthy at all. So if you want to return the passion, to return the butterflies, remember that in the beginning of the relationship, you knew nothing about your man and the passion was there. So keep it like this, keep it at that level. All right, that's it. If there are no questions, we're going to finish. Remember, I made the Facebook group. Add yourself there if you want. I'm going to put announcements there. I'm not going to be sending invitations any longer. Please add yourself so not to miss the kind of and we can talk. You can ask me questions there. It's going to be a private group. So the group is called Anastasia Zatula's Feminine Space. Add yourself there. And but you have a real profile though. If you don't have a real profile, I will remove you, because we need to keep it transparent, right? We need to make sure everybody is comfortable. Okay, and I'll see you on Wednesday probably. If you have any kind of ideas for future lives, for future videos, please do send them to me. I would appreciate, because I I have ideas, but my ideas are limited to what interests me. Like this, I would never come up with this idea if somebody wouldn't tell me, because I really never had a problem like this. I mean, I know people have problems with this, but I always kind of brush it off, because my clients, I obviously help them. They come to me with this, but for the most part, I really don't even pay attention to when somebody complains, oh, I haven't had sex with my husband in half a year. Half a year? I mean, what is this guy still doing in your life? I mean, why are you still in this relationship? Like, for what? Like, that would be very strange, but I usually don't really get involved. I'm like, oh, whatever. I feel strange, but I wouldn't even voice it. But somebody told me, that would be a good topic. I'm like, okay, yeah, that would be a good topic. So I brought it. I decided to do it, and I hope it would be useful for others. So basically, it's like this: if you have any ideas, if there is something bothering you, if you would want to hear my perspective on something, do ask me. I'm all for it. Please send me your ideas. I appreciate it, and I do appreciate when you like and comment and send my videos. I do really appreciate. All right, that's it. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you for being with me. I'll see you on Wednesday. And you do see that I put short videos on this month on manifesting. I'm sharing my little tips. Please do watch them as well. I don't repeat kind of information that I put on the long ones. All right, bye TikTok. Thank you for being here with me. And bye YouTube. Enjoy your weekend. This weekend is Mercury Sun Kazimi. It's an interesting kind of time. Observe the information you're getting. It's could be very enlightening, so to say. Enjoy your weekend, and I hope to see you on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Bye, everybody.